Today we're going to read a lesson from Heads Up English, Lies, a Part of Human Nature. This is a lower intermediate lesson about culture. You may begin to read.
Everyone lies. In fact, research shows that in the average 10-minute conversation, two acquaintances will lie several times. The reason? The mixed messages everyone receives as children might be one reason. Also, we are told never to lie. We see our parents lie about Santa Claus or the death of a pet. Parents say thank you when receiving a gift, even when it's unwanted. Psychologist Paul Ekman explains that we lie for many reasons. For example, we lie to stay out of trouble, to feel better about ourselves, to receive a reward, to protect someone, or to control information. Everything from an exaggeration to a small lie falls into one of these categories. A New Year's resolution can also be considered a lie because we generally don't plan to keep the promise. We've only deceived ourselves. Or how about when a friend or colleague asks, "How are you?" That person doesn't want to hear that you're tired, overworked, or have other problems. We lie and say, "I'm fine," because of social rules. Also, lies are an important part of society. We can only catch a lie about 50% of the time. Some experts suggest that lies actually hold society together.
All right. This word here, overworked, has a T ending. Overworked.
Overworked.
Good. All right. Very nice reading. Did you understand what you read?
Yes. I read that we lied most of we often lie, even if we don't think we lie, because it's the social rules of the society.
Very good. All right, let's look at this section here that asks, do you agree or disagree? And your statement should be in a complete sentence. Do you agree or disagree? For example, I blah, blah, blah with this statement because. Let's look at number one.
Okay, I agree that in our society, in the world, everyone lies, and sometimes it's for a good reason. For example, the better reason is a doctor who lies to his patient and say, "Everything is all right, don't be afraid." And in fact, he has looked at the analyze and say, and could imagine that his patient is very bad.
Okay. Number two.
Everyone lies every day. As they say in the chapter, in the article, everyone lies every day because everyone, every day, is asking, "How are you today?" And everyone, every day say, "I'm fine, it's good for me," because we can say other things.
Right. Now, I think I would agree with you. People do lie every day, but they call these little small lies. So
yes.
The small is not so severe. Number three.
It's impossible not to lie sometimes. Yes, surely, sometimes it's impossible to lie because if the person in front of you asks you to have the true reason of your behavior or the true reason of a question, of the true answer to a question, you don't need to be lie. You'll say the truth even if it's hard for the people, for the person.
Yes. I think also to be truthful sometimes can be hurtful and considered impolite. That's what I think about being truthful. To be truthful sometimes can be hurtful and considered impolite. What about the next one?
Lying is an important part of our society. Yes, because every day when you look at the news, and particularly in the world of politics,
Uh-huh.
you can imagine that almost all the lawmakers lie, because they lie to be elected, they lied after they have been elected,
Uh-huh.
because they never they can't manage with all the promises they made during the election day, after
Uh-huh.
before the election day, and so they lie all the time. If they don't lie, they won't be elected, sure.
This is probably true. And what about number 5? How
I've
many?
told I've told 3 or more lies today.
It's still early.
Oh, it's still early, yes, but surely, because they're already. Have you sleep well this night? Oh yes, it was good, and in fact, it wasn't really good because there has been a little noise, and
Uh-huh.
I was a bit disturbed by a dream.
Uh-huh.
I surely told 3 or more lies today, and
Oh,
it's early.
okay. So sometimes when we lie, we even give more information to support the lie. Just as, oh, I slept well, I slept better than I have slept in years. Oh, that's not necessary. First of all, you haven't slept well. All right. All right. So these will be discussion questions here. Um, do you think that you lie too much? Do you think that you lie too much?
No, I don't think so. For the important thing, usually I don't like enough, I suppose, because
Okay.
sometimes I said sometimes I say something that are not good to listen for other person, because I'm too spontaneous, and
Right.
it's not good. And I suppose if you want to have a good image from the others, if you want to be happy with the others or be quiet with others, you need to be hypocritical, hypocritical sometimes,
Mhm.
and lying.
Rends-moi cette feuille.
Oh, you
Hey,
must.
hey, hey,
Je vais mettre là.
les children, go ahead. Oh, sortez les
Je vais pas
enfants.
mettre ma feuille de Fort Boyard.
Sortez les enfants.
Ta feuille. Oui, mais moi je
Sortez
travaille.
les enfants. Je suis en train de travailler. Sortez. Ah, mais c'est pas possible. Fermez la porte. Close the door. Oh my God.
Well, it looks like you have visitors and guests at your home. I'm going to we're going to talk, we're not going to write, but we're going to discuss human nature for just a few minutes. But as we discuss human nature, what I want you to do is look above and try to use the vocabulary words as we talk about human nature as it relates to why we do some of the things that we do, whether it's lying, eating more than we need to, driving faster than we need to. Try to use these vocabulary words as you talk about human nature in any aspect. So you might say it is human nature to want to protect your family. However, it is an exaggeration that we provide when we are not being truthful. We tend to tell things that are not true to our acquaintances, not so much to deceive them, but human nature says we do this in order to protect ourselves and to be generally will like our friends, family, and colleague. So talk to me about human nature and try to use the vocabulary words that's listed. Do you understand?
Okay, okay. But which word must I must use which word? Acquaintances, protect,
All of the red ones. All of the red ones, yes.
Okay, all the red one. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, everyone lies, and particularly we lies with our acquaintances, because with the acquaintances we try to protect ourselves and give acquaintances a good image. And for that, sometimes we have a tendency to exaggeration. For example, if an acquaintance asks you if you're in good condition, normally the daily routine must conduct you to say that you're in good health, in good mood, and in good condition. It's an exaggeration, surely, of our daily life. But the but is not to deceive the person, is not to deceive the people who discuss with you, and we generally admit that everyone say the same thing. But sometimes you can be truthful with a colleague about the daily work when you work, where you're not in retirement, and when you work about another colleague, about another problem in your job. And sometimes you could be truly with this man.
Very good. All right. Well, you successfully used all of the vocabulary words. I am, again, saying to you, you have a good grasp of what you read, and you can explain to indicate that you comprehend what you read, which is good. Do you have any questions about this article?
No, I think it's the real life, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the last part of the activity then, I'm going to ask you for each one of these words, can you give me either an antonym or a synonym for the word? For example, acquaintances, it could be an enemy.
The opposite, okay. Acquaintances are people that you know in your life, but acquaintances could be also enemy or friend.
Okay.
You can have friendly acquaintances or bad acquaintances or enemy acquaintances, I suppose.
All right. Protect.
To protect someone, to take care of someone is an antonym, or
well,
the opposite.
To protect, you're giving me the definition. Now give me an antonym or a synonym.
An antonym is the opposite.
Okay, it would be the opposite.
Okay, the antonym of to protect could be to fight someone.
Very good.
And the synonym of to protect could be to take care of someone.
Very good. Okay. Can you think of a single word instead of two words for protect as to take care of? To protect, maybe you could say
protect, to
provide.
To shell.
To shell. To shelter. Okay. Right. Provide, shelter. Okay. What about exaggeration?
Exaggeration. To exaggeration. To do much about exaggeration. Much.
Okay. No? That's good. Much would be good.
Okay.
And What about
Uh,
generally? Generally,
Generally, usually,
very good. Usually, colleague,
friend,
mm,
friend,
it might be a friend,
acquaintance,
acquaintance, and maybe a coworker.
a coworker, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And deceive,
Deceive, to disturb,
okay, disturb, but maybe deceive.
unappear,
I'm sorry,
unhappy,
unhappy. What about untruthful?
untruthful. Okay.
Untruthful. And what did we say for acquaintance?
Acquaintance, friends, coworker, colleague.
Okay, so there are a few words we can use to talk about the vocabulary. And there again, you have a very good understanding of vocabulary. I was trying to make it smaller, but I think I'm just going to have to leave it at such. All right. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Let's see.